Season tells, tell, a tell. This is where you tell your story. Please subscribe for more. How I met my boyfriend in campus. Oh gosh, you don't want to hear this story? You want to hear this story? Oh, well, I was a first year by then. That is 2013. I had just joined Moy University. That is October. And if you have been in Moy University, you know this hostel. So I was allocated to Hostel L for ladies. And I got a ground floor room, L006, I can clearly remember. And I really wanted a bed, that kitanda ya chini. But I got there and my roommate was already there. Her name was Esther Warao, a very lovely lady, by the way. So the first week was crazy because I was getting to know people, orientation and what have you, knowing my classes, where they're supposed to be, etc. So the first weekend, we decided to be the bad girls. I had never taken alcohol in my life. I had never did something crazy, and then my roommate and I decided, let's do something crazy today. So we go to this place called Stage in Moy University. There's this place called Stage that is like a business center where students go to buy, food stuff and what have you, and essential items. So we go there and we decide today we are gonna drink. I did the craziest thing in my life. I went for the Blue Moon. That is what we could afford. We bought that kakwata. Do you know, I had not eaten for the rest of the evening. I was so hungry, and naive me didn't know that you cannot take alcohol on an empty stomach. I didn't know what was awaiting me, my friends. So we went back to the room with this bottle and we drank it dry without a chaser. Hey, we wanted to kill ourselves, my friend. Wow, let me tell you something. After a few hours, I got sick, vomiting and stuff. And I was alone in the room because my roommate later on went to an event. She was doing human resource management, and they had a freshers night for the human resource students. So I was in the room. I got sick, but it was just vomiting and I could manage it. So they came back in the morning. I was having this bad hangover. I was having a headache. And I spent the whole day sleeping. Yeah. And of course, I had to clean up the mess. So it comes to evening, and feeling better now. And my roommate is like, yesterday we took some photos, and my friend has them in his memory card. Could you please come with me to go take the photos? And I was like, oh, of course, yeah, because I've spent the whole day in bed, it's okay, I can take you there. So I put on this green shirt, not like a green shirt, not like the light shirt. You see those corduroy shirts here? I put on my green corduroy shirt and my skirt, a black skirt. I was having my hair, it wasn't done, it was just, blow dried. And yeah, and doll shoes. That's what I was wearing that evening. So we head off to see her friend. So we walked from the hostels to Stage because the friend was now living outside. They were fourth years. So we walk, and then on our way there, we meet these guys on the road. And she's like, here they are. And I'm like, wow, so let's go take your photos. So the guy that had her photos was with her friend. Yeah. And the guy that had her photos passed on while we were in second year. May his soul rest in peace. His name was Evans. Yeah. So I say hi, and then because she knew Evans, they go ahead, and then here with this other guy. I don't know him. He doesn't know me. This is so awkward. And he starts to ask me questions. How are you? I said, I'm fine. What's your name? My name is Winnie. Which year are you? I said, I'm first year. Which course are you doing? I was like, I'm doing linguistics, media, and communication in the School of Arts. And then he's like, I'm in the School of Human Resource. I'm a fourth year, blah, blah, blah. And then we do this talking until we get to their room. So me, I'm like, we get the photos and then go back to our room in the hostel. And then I remember my dad is like, usikubali kufuatana na vijana na ukae kwa room yako. Umesikia? So I'm like, let's hurry up. We go back to the room, to the hostel. So we are there. They decide to cook for us. They now cook ugali, skuma, and there were avocados there. Yeah, some beef. Yeah, and these guys, we get to drink some milk, of course, as we wait for the dinner. And then we did some dancing. I remember they had another roommate who was called Victor, and he was like, you guys need to dance, we need to have a competition and see who is going to win. Yeah, so this other guy, Evan's roommate, the one who was asking me questions, his name was Vincent. I didn't know he was going to be Mpoa. Yeah, so we danced, and actually, me and Vincent won this competition. So we have dinner, we chit chat later, and boom, Eldoret ni nani, it started raining heavily. And if you have been at Moi University main campus, if you are at stage and it's raining, you are stuck. You can't get back to the hostels because it was muddy. Yeah. Wow, so we just had to spend a night there. We had to spend a night there in a room with 3 guys, 2 ladies, and we are first years. I don't know these guys. My roommate knows them. I was so worried throughout the night. I didn't sleep. My senses were just like mutu tu anishike hapa. But I thank God those guys were gentlemen. We were able to spend the night without any yada yada. Yeah, so morning came, and Esther left with her then boyfriend Evans. Victor went, I don't know where, and I was left with Vincent in the room. At this time, nothing was clicking in my mind. I just wanted to go to my room, take a shower, and go to class. I had a class that morning. Yeah, so he's there just looking at me. He goes, make some tea and some breakfast apple. Tukakunywa chai, and then he was like, if you have a class at 8, you need to take a shower. Like ukienda to room ni kuvaa na kunini. So I had to take a shower. Like oh my god, mapenzi, like love at first sight, you know. So I took my shower, and then we left for my room. He actually took me to my room, and then he was like, I'll come back and see you. Yeah, so me, I put on my clothes, rush to class. And actually, after that day, that was on 20th of November, 20th of November 2013, I did not see Vincent again until 2 weeks later. 2 weeks later, when he came back. After texting and nini, he came back 2 weeks later, and yeah, that's when we started like talking seriously. And yeah, it was not that interesting because I wasn't good with relation. Yeah, I remember I just joined campus. I was 19 years. I was green. Yeah, and that is how I met my boyfriend in campus, through my roommate. Are we still together? Yes or no? Stay tuned and subscribe so that you get to know what happened between me and Vincent in my 4 years on campus. This has been Season Tells, where you tell a tale, and every season has a story.